like a lot of these guitar geeks, I wanted to download the manuals and I consumed every video on YouTube. I found your channel, which is great. Learning how to, and this is something we'll talk about too, but learning how to set up the Helix before you even get it, like the default presets, or not presets, but all the global settings, which is a great thing I found. Watch all these tutorials, and then everything I could possibly get, and then I come to your Facebook group, found you, we become friends, and it's been really, really cool. So I'm very, very thankful to the Helix and the Line 6 community for bringing us together. So enough of how we met, but let's talk a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit of your background. You've obviously been successful with your own business for a very long time. That's great. Well, tell us a little bit what makes you tick a bit.
Well, back when I was a coal miner's daughter. Oh, wait a minute. That's another story. um, well, I'm almost 50, so I was born in 68. So right in that time frame of, good music. But my dad, who really wasn't, was a non-existent kind of father.
Sure.
But he did teach me a few things, and the love of music was inspired from a very early age. And it wasn't just one type. It was all types.
Okay.
Just anything. In fact, one of my favorite albums was from the Limelighters.
Okay.
A Lollipop Tree. Okay, not on your greatest of hits, but maybe there's somebody who's heard it.
Of course.
Anyway, when you're a kid.
Yep.
But the first bit of, I was raised here in the Portland metro area. So one of the favorite radio stations was KGON. It's not KGON like everybody wanted to say back then, but 92.3. And when I heard Boston,
now we're talking.
Hey, and it happened to gel with my last name, Boston.
There you go, nice.
And I'm not from Boston.
Nope.
I do like baked beans, and I've been known to throw a tea party.
Okay, there you go. So you have a little bit in kind of conjunction with your name.
But that time frame of music, the 76, 77, 78, 10 years old, I was just getting into music. And I actually, and this is a message to any parents or family members or friends of family that give a young kid a guitar that is like me, who was irresponsible. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I had somebody who gave me a Les Paul, back in the day, and I wanted to play guitar so bad, and I was so bad. I still am, but
come on.
I traded it probably for candy or something stupid.
Yes, I hear these horror stories all the time. I was always worried about my boy doing things like that. Don't be trading that for like a T-shirt or something like that. But yeah, we all do that. Yeah. We all do that.
But I started work. Kind of had a rough. I don't want to get off into the old rough upbringing, but it was not the best.
Sure.
But I started doing my own business when I was in high school, and I was working just like I do now. I would go to high school in the morning, and then get off work, go to sleep for just a little bit. A friend of mine would pick me up, and we would go get locked into a Kmart. I don't know if you ever heard of a Kmart.
We had them here in Canada.
Okay,
my mom worked there actually. Yeah.
We're locked in a Kmart all night long, and we're cleaning the floors and sweeping and all that. We get let out at 6 a.m, and I would go back to school.
Wow.
I think that's where I got my work ethic.
Yeah.
Is I would do that. I did that from 16 to 18, and then I started my own business doing janitorial. And then I got married really quick. I was married at in 87. And then had 2 kids, and 10 years go by, and then the ex runs off with my best friend. Anyway, going on a long rabbit trail.
No.
But I started my work ethic really early, and I realized that I hated working nights.
Sure,
So
sure.
I switched it over. I just wrote up because I was helping friends with computers, and
Mm-hmm.
so I made a creative resume, and I got hired on as a main PC technician for a big marketing company,
Nice.
and um worked there for a little while. Uh, I ended up having to have back surgery
Mm-hmm.
because I carried a computer and
Hurt
set
yourself,
it
yeah.
down and hurt
Yep.
myself.
Sure.
And they no longer wanted me employed there,
Mm.
so I started my own computer repair business.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
And you've been doing that
that's
ever since?
that's the short long story made into a short long story. How's that?
I like it, and I was telling you off the air too. I've done a lot of computer work my whole life. I shouldn't say that. No, actually, I hated computers in high school. I hated computers, and this is back. It shows my age. I took typing in high school. It was a class that we had, and I skipped out of typing, and I skipped out of computer class because I always said to my teachers, "Oh, I'm never going to need a computer. I don't need to type. What am I ever going to use that for?" Meanwhile, now that's my livelihood. Um, but eventually, in my early 20s, got into the computer business, and I was a computer tech, computer repair person, and it was good at the time. But I don't miss it because, as you would know firsthand, if you have your regulars that you're doing your service for, you almost become married to them, and you would install a new hard drive for them or something like that, and all of a sudden the next day their mouse breaks. Well, you're the last person to touch my computer, so you got to come and fix it. Like, no, 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 no. So eventually I just said, here, take it to call the Geek Squad or